Arby's is the first thing we got to decide here. Fast food tier list. So here's the thing about Arby's. I know you guys are going to say this stuff is bad. Arby's labors under the problem of requiring the individual Arby's to be up to snuff. You can have an Arby's locally that's really good, and then the one down the road can actually just be dog shit. And because it depends upon the manager and how fresh their food is and how good they are at actually bringing it in. For me, it's going to be A tier, not S tier, A tier, because it offers unique things that you really can't get elsewhere. Roast beef, maybe you can get roast beef elsewhere, but not really the way they do it. Like, you're not going to get a giant burger roast beef. I think it's A tier because it's fairly unique. The Jamocha shakes are good. You get the apple turnover, raspberry turnover. French dip is quite good as well. It's fairly unique, and if we consider the ones that are actually good, then it could be arguably S tier. But the problem is it's inconsistent pattern. It depends upon the managers. You can get just a really bad Arby's pretty easily. So I'm going to say A tier. Okay. Now we have Burger King. Now here's what I'm going to say about Burger King. When have you ever in your life been asked, where do you want to go for food? And you told the person Burger King? Probably never. Burger King is arguably D tier or worse because they don't have anything that's unique to Burger King. They just have chicken burgers. They have beef burgers. You can get that literally anywhere. The only good thing they have are chicken fries, and their French fries can slap sometimes when they're fresh. But the burgers are kind of bad. It almost looks like asphalt. I don't know if I've ever really gotten something from Burger King where I thought, I'm glad I went there. So Burger King for me is D tier. I mean, the milkshakes can be good. They're kind of thick, but, you know, the Whopper's not really up there. It's D tier for me. I'm sorry to tell you. Sorry to tell you. It's D tier. Boston Market, don't have this. Never had one of these. Don't have it in Alaska. It goes to the I don't know tier. Bojangles, same thing. Have to get rid of it. Buffalo Wild Wings. I think Buffalo Wild Wings actually S tier because one of the only places that specializes in wings. I think most of their wings are pretty good. Their fries have really good seasoning. In my opinion, I think their fries are really slapping too. And they actually are like somewhat of a decent value. You can get a 20-piece delivered to you, not too bad of a price. They give you a lot of fries too. They give you a lot of fries. So for me, I'm going Buffalo Wild Wings is S tier. Raising Cane's, I think, solid A tier. Like, the chicken's good. I don't know if I'd ever pick Raising Cane's over Buffalo Wild Wings or specifically go to Raising Cane's for the chicken, but their chicken is solid. It's A tier, maybe B tier. Probably A tier. It's good enough. Like, I don't have any complaints about Raising Cane's. But, man, Church Chicken, don't have that here. Never had them. Can't tell you. What the fuck is this one? I don't think I know this one. Don't have it here either. Checkers, don't have this in Alaska. Chipotle. Chipotle's pretty good. I would say S tier, but there's a reason we'll get to later on in this list. I think it's A tier. I think Chipotle is basically a Quiznos. They're pretty good, but I feel like they're pretty massively overrated, to be honest. I think it's A tier. I don't know about S tier. Everyone's always saying Chipotle is like the most god tier, whatever. I think they're all right. It's kind of like a Quiznos or not Quiznos, kind of like a Qdoba, but I actually like Qdoba better. I think Chipotle's all right. CC's Pizza, we don't have this shit. Cookout, we don't have this shit. Domino's Pizza, Domino's like a B, bro. I don't understand why people talk about Domino's so much. I feel like their pizza is kind of mid. Kind of mid. Speaking of kind of mid, Dairy Queen. They're kind of mid on everything. They have ice cream, but like they're kind of mid hot dogs. They're kind of mid burgers. The flamethrower burger is actually pretty good, but I feel like they're just kind of mid on like everything. Firehouse Subs, we actually have one of these. I don't think they're notable for me. If there's like a decent enough sub, maybe like a C tier. Five Guys is not S tier, again, as overrated as Chipotle, but I think is A tier. Five Guys, you get a fuckload of food for your value. All of it's fairly solid, but I think it's probably one of the, if not the most overrated food I've ever seen. Yeah, I know there's the expense factor. I'm not really considering the expense as much. It's just what I think tastes good in this scenario. I feel like Five Guys is heavily overrated, though. Like, it's not as bad as Dairy. It's better than Dairy Queen. It's better than Domino's. But, like, it's in my opinion, heavily overrated. I'm going to give you a take here that might be a disagreement with a lot of people, okay? But I actually think Carl Jr., a.k.a. Hardee's, is potentially S tier. I'm going to give you a few reasons why. They have the milkshake is actually one of the better milkshakes that you can get. Like, their malts, one of the better malts. And they have the onion ring, like, double Western burger, like Western burger, that's actually super good. Like, in my opinion, it's actually super good. Like, I think it's super tasty. I love the barbecue sauce. I like it a lot. I also like the Superstar burger. I think it's pretty good too. I actually think they're just, like, good all the way across the board, to be honest. I don't really have many complaints about them. They're kind of slow in the fast food line, but, you know, everything about them is pretty good. They also got the ice cream. You can get kind of like the higher tier ice cream. So I don't know. I think Carl Jr. probably S tier. IHOP for me is like D tier, bro. This shit is whack. Maybe if I'm getting French toast, it's a C tier, but like IHOP is just like pure up not good. In-N-Out for me is the single-handed most overrated place of all time. The only thing about In-N-Out that I liked was the price. In-N-Out burger is like the burger I make at home when I don't know what I'm doing on the grill. I don't understand In-N-Out being so highly rated. I feel like it's just like a hype train thing that happened. And everyone's like, In-N-Out's so fucking good, and everyone's jerking off about how good In-N-Out is. This In-N-Out burger is like factually worse than most fast food burgers. Like, I think it's not bad, but it sure is fucking good. Like, it's a trough. Like, In-N-Out is basically the trough for humans. You can go in there, you can get a cheap burger, you can eat it, and congratulations, you had a burger. I don't actually think there's anything about In-N-Out for me that would make me go to In-N-Out over literally anywhere else. And also, it was like a 45-minute wait, by the way. In-N-Out, my ass. Okay? More like into a coma while I'm waiting, and then out with some mid-food. That's more what their name should be. Let's see. Jack in the Box is actually like just super good. I think Jack in the Box is pretty much A tier. I'm going to give them that because their curly fries are also slapping. Maybe arguably B tier, but I think they're probably A tier. Jimmy John's, they're okay. They're mid. Jimmy John's is mid. Jersey Mike's, haven't tried it. KFC. KFC is another overrated one for me. It's B tier. It would be arguably A tier if you went to KFC for the chicken sandwich. Then it's A tier. Otherwise, it's kind of mid. Like, it's not anywhere near the best chicken out of all of the chicken places. Popeyes will absolutely dominate. In fact, I'm going to put Popeyes in S tier because Popeyes will shit on KFC any day of the week. The best thing about KFC is a lot of times they have an A&W connected, and A&W is actually a good fast food restaurant. So for me, KFC is mid at best. Maybe if I was really into just chicken and like just raw chicken, sure, but not so great. Little Caesars. I don't think we even have this in Alaska. McDonald's. Okay, so McDonald's is a mandatory A tier because every McDonald's you go to will be exactly the same. You don't have any at all opportunity for McDonald's to be worse than a different McDonald's. Also, McDonald's has a lot of things that are, in my opinion, super good and reasons to go there. I think the Big Mac, really good. I also used to enjoy their value menu. I don't know what the fuck happened lately. It's now like $4 or something, but you used to be able to go there for like $1 and get like the little cheapo cheeseburgers and get something for a decent price. Their fries are the only variable at McDonald's. You can get like D tier fries, but you can get like triple S tier God roll, legendary pole level fries. Depending upon how much they salt it and how fresh the fries are, they can actually be really high up there. But McDonald's for me is just like solidly A tier overall. Most don't have that shit. Panda Express is easy D tier. It's probably the worst Chinese food you can get literally anywhere. Actually, I'm going to drop it to F tier. I think Panda's literally F tier. Gonna be honest, I avoid Panda Express in every way I can. Panera don't have that. Pop John's S tier. Pop John's good pizza. I think it's quite good pizza. In fact, you're gonna hate this, but I think Pizza Hut's S tier too. I actually think both of them are good. In my opinion, Pizza Hut has the best pizza out of everyone. I know this is such a hot, flaming hot take, but the Pizza Hut pizza is actually really good. I don't think they ever fell off. Like, they were actually always good. And now everyone's about, what, Domino's or all this other shit. Pizza Hut, solid. Qdoba's probably S tier. I think Qdoba's better than Chipotle. They're kind of the same thing, but I like the Qdoba steak a little bit better. Though, to be fair, I've only tried Chipotle a few times. I have more Qdoba than Chipotle, so I'm probably biased there. I guess you go flip-flop these depending. Steak and Shake. Never tried that. Sonic. Sonic is B tier. I want to say maybe S tier, but it's kind of like a Dairy Queen. Like, they do everything kind of okay. I don't really know if there's any reason I would go to Sonic over anywhere else. Haven't tried that one. Subway for me is just dog shit. Like, if I wanted the code meatball sandwich, I'd make it at home. I don't understand why people go to Subway, literally ever. Taco Bell is A tier. I would put the S tier because it's Taco Bell, but the problem with Taco Bell is, one, the lines can be fucking forever. You can go in a line and there is like 45-minute wait if you go in the middle of the night or something. Like, they take fucking forever. And in most Taco Bells that I've gone to, okay? Also, you can get some pretty dog shit variety. Like, Taco Bell isn't always consistent like I feel like McDonald's is. I can get good tacos and I can get bad tacos. Tacos, for me, I think is A tier, though, just because Taco Bell, like, they have a lot of good shit. You got Baja Blast. I mean, Baja Blast carries. Also, the potatoes. And you can customize the menu more than most other places. So for me, it makes A tier for those reasons. Whataburger. I don't think I had Whataburger, not yet. What the fuck is this one? Something House? Waffle House? Oh, I haven't had that. Wendy's is easy S tier. Wendy's has got, like, pretty much everything that's good, and almost all of their food's good, whether if it's chicken, beef. They got the lemonades that are good. They got Frosties. Fries are good. Wendy's carries. Don't have Witch, don't have that, and don't have Zaxby's. Here's your definitive S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier list. The rest of these we don't have in Alaska. This is pretty much, I think this is the perfected list. There is no objective argument anyone can make for any of these. It's actually literally perfect. Alaskan tier list right there.